All right, welcome to this today's session, guys. Today's training. I'm gonna be focusing on the fundamentals for home care success, not the fundamentals for home care success. Talking about the building blocks, all you need to have in place to be able to have a successful agency. So to have a successful agency, there are so many components to it, so we cannot cover everything in one setting, but I'm going to try as much to condense this in the next 45 minutes, but there will still be more to come. All right, so talking about the fundamentals for home care success. That is what we are focusing on today. All right. Remove these. Welcome, 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 welcome. So to those who are on the group, so you can put where you welcome. I know some already put in their information. You can put in your name and which part. If you're in Texas or outside of Texas, you can put that information in. That would be great. Awesome, awesome. Welcome. So I'm seeing few people in the Facebook group. Welcome, Lakeisha. I know a few people are also there. I could see them. So if I look down, because I'm looking at my phone to be able to acknowledge those who are joining us. All right, so just a little bit about myself for those who haven't known me that much. So meet me, my name is Victoria. My name is Victoria Shomomi. Don't bother with the last name, but just call me Victoria. I go by Victoria or Nurse Vicky. So whichever one. I'm a registered nurse, so I'm an RN. I have my master's in nursing, and also I have a Master of Business Administration in Healthcare Management. So mainly healthcare. So not like accounting, not like a CPA, but pretty much business administration, Master of Business Administration or in healthcare management. So the healthcare environment, that is where I swim, that is where I dwell. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, and also I'm a co-pastor with my husband here in Texas, in Houston. We have a growing church here, Destiny Star, and we actually last month, we celebrated our 6th-year anniversary for the church. So also I'm the owner, the founder of Petra Home Care. It's a non-medical home care agency that serves the Houston area. Some of you know, so I'm in the same business like most of you guys. I'm the founder of the agency providing non-medical home care, not skilled, but non-medical personal care, caregiver, all of those things. So that is what we do. I have been in the healthcare field for quite some time, over 15 years of experience in the healthcare, 13 years as a registered nurse. So I've been around quite some time. Also, I'm a certified coach, speaker with John Maxwell. If you ever heard about John Maxwell, he's an expert, he's a guru on leadership and in management. So I've been with John Maxwell now for 4 years. So I'm certified with them to teach, to coach, to speak. And also I'm a certified DISC trainer. You may be wondering what is DISC? Pretty much about personality, to kind of like know who you are, know your strength, and that we help you as an entrepreneur, and also we help you in building your leadership team. Hi, Kivu, welcome, welcome. Also, I'm an author. I published 2 books. Let's see. I'm an author. These are my 2 books. This is an Achievers Planner. It's pretty much like a planner for those who really want to focus on certain projects. I've had people use it for weight loss. You can use it for anything. And also the power of resilience. So those are my 2 books, many more to come. So that is just a little bit about me. All right, so in today's session, in the next 40 minutes, we're gonna be focusing on a few things. Here are the highlights, the foundational truths, and that is pretty much about you as the founder, as the CEO or as the leader, as the person in charge of your agency. Then we go through some office procedures, some communication system. We may not be able to finish with billing, but I will share a few things on that. Marketing, recruitment, and retention in the home care, for the home care agencies. That is the focus. So everything we are talking about today, circle round home care. All right, so starting off, as a person who started the agency, who started your business, what makes you decide that it is home care that you want to do? Because there are so many options out there, guys. There are so many opportunities. There are so many areas that we can dive into if you want to do business. But what actually make you as a person decide on home care? What is your why? What makes you say, you know what, out of everything out there, the main thing I want to focus on is home care? You know, I went through this with my coach, and he was asking me, what makes you decide that is home care you want to do? And for me, it just seeing people needing help and then be at a point where they couldn't get the help they need. I mean, and especially around here in Houston, I have seen people that live alone in the 70s, in their 80s, they still want to be able to maintain their lifestyle, live in the environment, but unfortunately they have no children around. People are like in another state. We've had people that have no kids at all. And we don't want their golden years to just be like that. Like, okay, nobody's there. You are just here by yourself. So for me, it's just to help them enjoy that time. Many of them are retired. They're just home. They have this huge house that they live in. And it's just like being lonely. But to be there and just to help them, whatever they want to do, you want to remain in your own home where you have the memories for years and years, definitely. And another thing that actually made me start was seeing people that has been taken advantage of, probably by the system or by certain people. I know this year in the Houston area, we've had cases, probably about 3 or 4 cases, where they raided some personal care homes. And I mean personal care homes, those who have like homes and they kind of have people that live in there and they care for them. And we've had places where they have maybe 4-bedroom house and they have over 30 people in the home, neglected, abandoned, unsanitary environment. So we want to be able to provide care for people wherever they call home and be able to support them in whichever way. Or you have people who are now like in the sandwich generation, like we call it, like myself. So you have your kids living with you, and then you're still responsible for your parents. They're living with you. And it's like, okay, how do you do it? So just to be able to offer the help to kind of meet that needs. Okay, so many things. So I want you to just answer those questions to yourself. What makes you decide this is what you want to do? Because the thing is, home care is so totally different compared to other business out there. The stress in itself, I mean, it can make you pull out your hair. It can make you lose your mind and say, I'm not doing this anymore, like for real. So you want to be aware of what you are going into yourself, to know that, what, when the challenges come, the staffing challenges, or maybe family just doing things that is out of ordinary, that you still remember your passion. What makes you do this? A lot of people have had experience of either taking care of their grandparents, and they love that, and they want to be able to help other people as well. So that passion is something that will keep you going when there are challenges, when there is COVID-19, Hurricane Ida, whichever hurricane around you, or just different things, staffing, policies, different things that may want to make you to quit. But just having that why will help you, or knowing that, why I started this, so at least I can have a legacy. I can be financially independent. I can be in control of my future, my destiny. So you decide that, okay? And that will help you moving forward, because let me tell you guys, whatever business you are in, there are challenges. People will tell you join this multi-level marketing, this network, and you'll be making money like that. You can give it a try. We know that it is not easy. It is not. You know, they say, oh, make money while you're on your couch. Nothing like that. Everything requires hard work. But home care is just so different, because the thing is, when just hearing from the people that you serve, just them making you happy, just telling you how you've made a change in their lives, impact, we really kind of like give you a sense of fulfillment. One of our clients just passed away over the weekend, and the wife reached out, just kind of like expressing our gratitude, you know, that we have people there just helping her and just making sure that she can take a break. You know that your loved one, her husband, is in the care, is in the hand of a caring person. I mean, she called me and said, Victoria, I don't know how to express my gratitude for what you've done for the caregivers of sent in. Thank you so much. I mean, those things kind of like, you know what, touches your heart and keeps you going, things like that. And there'll be days that people will call you and be so nasty on the phone, you know, even sometimes your parents, people around you can do the same, but just a little bit. All right, so, okay, so foundational truths talking about you as the owner. All right, I know most people here are owner of the agency or the administrator. You are in charge. You are someone who is in charge of running the business, operational wise. You are in charge of the day-to-day process of your organization, your agency. So these are the things. Now we're talking about building a successful home care agency. And then everything starts from you as a person. Everything begins with you, the owner. You know, they always said the speed of the leader, that's what everyone will follow. If you as the leader of the agency, as the owner, as someone is in charge, is not putting in the effort, it's not doing as much, those you have around you, they will know and they will do the same. And one thing you want to know, that this is your own agency, this is your passion, this is your baby, this is what you've been dreaming of for so long. And now that you have it or about to have it, its success depends on you. So if you're going to fail or succeed, even in life, outside of home care agency, everything depends on you. You know, they always say, if it has to be, it is up to me. If your agency is gonna be successful, it is up to you, not dependent on the caregivers. You know, the caregivers, they don't care as much as you do. You know, some of them will promise you, I'm gonna go in there and take care of this client. And then you heard no call, no show, and you try to call them, they are not responding. Sometimes even myself feel like, which planet do these people come from? Why don't they have regard for people? But you know what? That is what it is. So, but this is your business. So to be successful is up to you. So number one thing that you must have as a person who is running this multi-million-dollar agency, or whichever way you want your business to grow, is up to you. You must have what we call a positive mindset. And I'm going to talk about the first three together, and then I'll share one of my personal story with you guys. Positive mindset, the right attitude, your self-belief, faith in yourself, and your self-confidence. I am telling you, if anything goes wrong with those things, those are the foundation. You know, they always say, as a person of faith, they say, even in the Bible, say, if the foundation is destroyed, if the foundation is not strong, doesn't stand, there is nothing the righteous can do. And you know, different instances that make comparison of someone building a house on the rock and someone just building a house on the sand, because the one on the rock is definitely going to stand the storm. It's going to weather the storm. But the one on this sand is going to blow away. So these are like the foundational thing that you must have for you to be successful. Positive mindset, thinking of yourself that you will be successful and having the right attitude about that. You don't have the indifference attitude. You don't profess negativity from your mouth. You don't think down on yourself. You don't look down on yourself. You don't think you are incapable, that you cannot do this. Everything you have done in your life, you have failed. This is not going to be exceptional. Nope, nope, nope. You stop it right there. So you come back to yourself. If you need to meditate every morning, or kind of say your word of affirmation every single day when you wake up, even before you go to bed, and say all these things. I am strong. I am the CEO of my agency. I run a multi-million-dollar company. I can do this. I am able. I am capable. I have all it takes. I believe in myself. All those things before you every single day. So, many years ago. So this is some story. I came into the United States in 2003 from Nigeria. So born and raised in Nigeria, but in 2003, I moved into the United States. Yes, I was living, I live in New York, and I met my husband there and all of those. So came in 2003, and then in 2004, I met my husband, well, my fiance at the time. So we met, and being that I'm new in the country, I have no family here, guys. So I have nobody. So just new in the new world, new environment, totally different from where I was coming from. So I have people that really kind of that I trust, and I listen to them and they guide me, because it's a new environment to me. I don't know. So I mean, and a lot of people have been very, very kind. Some have been very generous. People have been really, just kind of like guiding and putting me through the right way. I mean, my coming in was a little bit challenging and rocky, but over time, things continue to get better. So when I met my husband in 2004, there was this particular family. I trust them. I mean, they married, I don't know how long at the time, but they've been married for quite a lot of time. They're doing well. They're doing very, very, very well to do. I really depend on the wife, just kind of share pretty much everything with her, and just kind of like putting myself out there, because I'm like, you know what, this is me. So at least whoever wants to help me can help me. So I did tell them about my partner at the time, like, okay, this is the person I'm seeing, and we are looking forward to getting married. And they're like, why do you choose that person? I'm like, okay, to me, this feels right. And I have the conviction in me, this is the right person for me. And I told them the oh 9 yard thing and everything, but they didn't like that fact. And I don't know, in your business, maybe as you've started, you may have shared your story, your passion, your dream of running a successful agency with some other people that you trust. And then it's like, maybe they don't believe you, or they think this is the wrong choice for you. So at that time, it was like, oh, why would you do that? No. It's not well to do, it's still this and that. I mean, they have some valid reason, but for me, I know, when you know, and you know that this is it for you guys, that, what, this is it. You have the conviction. I'm a person of faith, so I have the conviction within me that this is it, right? So I said, this is it. I said, I'm pretty sure, I'm solid on this decision that this is it. So they were against it for so long. I'm like, no. That is not right, because prior to that, I have told them what I want to become in life. I was in school at the time, finished my nursing school, do this and do that. They'd be like, all these big dreams that you have, if you get married, it will not happen. If you go this route, it will not happen, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, it's going to happen. Well, they talked me down, they talked me out and everything, but I didn't listen. I guess I'm a stubborn person, right? I didn't listen. So when we got married, I didn't tell them because they were so very, very negative. Like, so I began to avoid them, like kind of like saying negative things that will happen about my life and everything. So after we got married, where I have to tell them, I told them, they were very upset. And the wife was like, why do you do such a thing? I have been planning on arranging for someone for you. So I'm like, what? Like, yes, there is this guy, he's in another state, he's a medical doctor, he's well-to-do, he can support you, and all of those. I've been talking to him about you, he would like to meet you, all of those. I said, ma'am, I'm already married. No, I'm not trying anybody else. I mean, and they still persist, like after the wedding. She actually got to the point and say, no, I'm gonna get a lawyer for you. You can file an annulment for your wedding. I will help you with that and all of those. How like, gosh, people can go to any length, but I shut them off. I said, no, nope, 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 nope. I mean, it became a big mess, but then everybody kind of like calmed down and stopped. I mean, now last month we celebrated our 17 years wedding anniversary. I did finish my school, finished my school, my bachelor's, got my master's in nursing, got my MBA. I mean, married 3 children, life is going great. So all the things they thought I won't be able to achieve because I'm marrying him, I got them achieved. I got them accomplished, right? I have that faith, that belief in me. If I tell people don't believe that I can make things happen, ooh, that fuel me, that gives me the energy, like, you know what, I have to prove them wrong because I know what I'm doing. I know down in my soul, this is what I should be doing. And the same thing with your business. I'm just sharing that with you because you're probably going to have people who don't believe in you when you start. People think you will fail. People think you don't have the strength to be an agency owner. People don't think you can make anything happen, probably because you have failed in other things before, but now they're trying to remind you different things. But you must be able to tell yourself, I can do this. This is what I am called to do. That is why I talk about it, having that core, that knowing that passion, why you decide to run your agency. All right, so foundation, I hope you guys get that, right? So other thing that we help you is decisiveness. You're able to take a decision. This is a business, so you can take decision. You don't need to wait for somebody. That you are in charge. You are in charge. No, it's like pilot or sailor, right? They are in charge. They have to make decision. Like if something is going to happen, they have to make decision. They're not going to wait for the passengers to tell them what to do. They are the experts. They are the one who is in charge of that plane and of that ship. So they make this, they also have to be so decisive. What do I need to do to save my people? So the same thing with you, you must be someone who is able to take that decision. If you need to say yes right there, you can say yes. If you need to say no, no, you're not beating about the bush, you're not going around, you say it as it is. You are in charge. Other trait that we help you run a successful agency is your organization and your time management. I mean, I can talk all day about this, but I hope you guys are getting the point of it. You need organization and time management. You must be able to structure yourself. I use my phone as a calendar, but at the same time, I have a paper calendar, like my notebook calendar that I take with me, my planner that I take with me everywhere I go. To me, if it's not written down, it's not gonna happen. So you can't, the only things that comes that I can do is if somebody want me to see somebody right away, but nobody, friends cannot call me and say, oh, Victoria, let's hang out. It's not happening. If it is not in my calendar, not on my thing, it's not gonna happen. So as you build your agency, these are the things that you streamline yourself. Like, okay, organization, what do I do on Mondays? Like Mondays for me to really plan and set up for the week. Me with my team, we have meetings, we strategize and everything. Monday, I don't really want to go out that much. Mondays when I have my coaching with my coach and just do different things. It's just really planning. So I will only have to go out if there is an emergency or things like that. Okay, so you have that, so you kind of be able to structure yourself. You don't do anything outside of your schedule except in an emergency. That is if you really want to get things done. Effective communication, being able to cast your vision, your mission, why you start your agency, say it and say it the best. Effective communication, able to, convey message to your team, your maybe your office staff, and to your caregivers. You want to be able to tell them what you expect of them with being like very, very straightforward, saying, yes, this is what, these are your expectations. And if someone is not meeting the expectations, you call them right away. You are not waiting for someone to do that for you, except you have someone in charge, but you call them and tell them this is not acceptable. Okay, and effective communication, even when you are in the community sharing about your business with other people, your words, you are saying it, I mean, they understand, you are passing along the message and people grasp it. You are not afraid to talk to people. As a business owner, you're gonna get to the point where you have to talk to people. People will ask you about your agency, your business, what you do. You should be able to tell them, yes, I am the CEO of Petra Home Care, and we do care for people at home. We want them to enjoy their golden years at home or wherever they call home. That is what we do. We cover the whole of Houston. You tell them as it is, okay? So they don't need to be shy. And that is why most of the time you can write scripts and practice over and over again. You stay in your bathroom, to the mirror, and you are talking it back to yourself until you got it together. Until you get it together. All right. And then another trait. These are some main things. This is not everything, but another one that you need as the owner, the operator of the agency, is interpersonal relationship. All right. This is where you're able to build a mutually beneficial relationship with people around you. Because as an individual, you cannot be successful by yourself, because you need those who will send referrals to you. So you must be able to build that relationship with them. And I know there was a study that said women, we do very well with building relationship. And so most business women will be very successful with this, because we are emotional beings. We can connect with people, relate to them, ask about their kids, ask about their pets, ask about their vacation and things like that to build that relationship. So you need relationship, build relationship with administrators of different agencies, build relationship with those in other organizations, independent living, ALF, all of those things. So you need this even in the communities, community centers, churches, just local places that you're able to build relationship. These are crucial. So you may not be a people person, but over time you learn to just be comfortable in your own skin and be able to move with people. You may initially start with people that you're familiar with the environment you're familiar with to get started, and then over time be able to move on to other places and just be able to build that relationship. Okay, so I want to share this quote with you. It's a quote by Walter Winchell, and this has to do with your mindset, you believing in yourself, and just know that you can do this. And it says, if you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win, but you think you can't, it is almost certain you won't. If you think you will lose, you are lost. For out of the word we find success begins with a fellow's will. It is all in the state of mind. If you think you are outclassed, then you are. If you got to think, you've got to think I to rise. You've got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize, before you can ever be successful as an home care agency. You got to be sure of yourself. Life's battle don't always go to the stronger. or faster man. But sooner or later, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. And I hope you think you can and you will. All right, so we're talking about the foundational truth. We're talking about your why of starting your home care agency. Now we want to talk about part of the foundational truth is what are your business goals? The agency that you started, for me, Petra Home Care, what are my goals? What do I expect from the agency? What want to be my gain? Or what is it that I want from this? So these are a few questions that you may want to ask yourself as you start and grow your agency to help you stay on track. Because if you don't have a goal, if you're not aiming at something, you're pretty much going to be, it's going to be very challenging to track your progress. In my office, I'm in my office right now on the wall right here, I have September goal, what we want to make happen. And each day, as we are having referrals and the number of hours, I'm putting them on the list. So I can track, today is the 22nd, so I can track if we are there or we are almost there. So what are your business goals? So I put here, where do you see your agency 1 year from now? 1 year from now, do you still think, oh, I'm still gonna be not having client, or I'm gonna be having this number of clients and this number of hours? For us in the home care, we kind of go with number of hours, not by the number of clients, because you may have one client that is not much, maybe 12, 20 hours, and then you may have one client that is 56 hours or round the clock, 168 hours per week. So you want to weigh like, okay, how much hours, how many hours do you want? Do you want in every week? Like how much do you want on your calendar? And what type of clients do you want to cater for? So for us at Petra Home Care, we only cater for private client right now, those who are paying out of pocket. Okay, it's a decision that we made from the onset of our agency. We don't take Medicaid. I'm in Texas, so I do not take Medicaid. I'm not part of Texas Medicaid. And it is a conscious decision, right? We talk about being decisive. I know a lot of people say, oh, you should try that. But for me, it doesn't want it for me. So I know what I want, and I said no. So we don't take Medicaid, because here in Texas, Medicaid don't pay that much. So we do not take Medicaid. But we take private pay clients. Mostly we cater for seniors, but we've been able to take few people who are really younger, that is still need care. Okay. So what type of client do you want to cater for? You want to cater for Medicaid clients, you want to cater for people with disability, you want to cater for just pediatrics, you want to cater for seniors. I mean, it is up to you. You are in charge, you are in control. And another thing you want to consider, how big do you want your agency to be? How big it is? Like, do you want to be an agency that just service just a particular location, just particular area, or you want to extend your wings and pretty much cover the whole territory that you can cover? You want to be an agency that, 1,000, 2,000 hours, you have this many caregivers and all of those. One thing you want to know, as your agency gets bigger, so the challenges will get bigger, but that is when you need more hands and be able to put them in different places to help structure and help keep your agency running. But everything starts with the foundation, because once you have the foundation, and people just continue to build on that. Also, what type of culture or work environment do you want to create for the staff that work with you, people that work with you, not the people that know you? What type of culture do you want them to feel like, oh, wow, I'm part of this agency? Do you want them to have a sense of belonging, or you want them to be like, oh gosh, I hate going to work today. Oh my God, I cannot stand our administrator. Oh my God. Or they send you from one end and they're running the other way. So what type of culture is that? An an environment where people feel welcome, where they can share their mind, where they can give you suggestions, where they can give you ideas, where you can brainstorm, where you kind of be like a family, you know, maybe once in a while, you kind of have lunch together in the office or something, you know. So what type of culture, work environment do you want to create? Environment where everybody feels welcome, where no one is rejected or is just been, there is no stereotype against anybody. Okay, so and also I put in there, what are the other services, other accessories that you could offer? So for example, I have an Apple phone. I have an Apple phone. And you know, when Apple first started, the only thing they do then with, especially with the phone, is the phone, you know, with the charger, and that's it, right? But over time, they begin to add different accessories to it. They have earpiece, they have earpod, and most of the time, some of these are things you buy separately. I'm telling you, right? You buy them separately. Even with Apple, they have Apple Music. They have different things that you can buy even with it, with the app. And now they have a iWatch that you can pair together. I mean, just different things, but like different accessories, just to complement just this phone. They have cases. I mean, different fancy things. So you also can look at, like, down the road, what are the other services that you could offer? Maybe your organization, having someone to come in to organize things for them. I mean, just different things, just different things, okay? All right. So think about that, talking about having a successful and a thriving agency, the fundamentals. Okay, so when we talk about business goals, right? And talking about how many hours, where do you see yourself? Everything boils down to your, how much you want to make, you know, like how big do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as an agency that is in the hundreds, building, making $100,000, or you see yourself as a multi-million-dollar agency? And I kind of put here a formula. You can take a screenshot of this if you want to. So what is your revenue goal, your yearly revenue goal? And I think on the other screen slide, I have the breakdown of something. So put down what your yearly revenue goal it is. Is it $100,000? Is it $1 million? So put it down, whatever it is, because we're going to calculate the average yearly client revenue. So, and what is, these are the numbers that you need to help you kind of like give you an idea where you stand and how feasible your goal is, especially when it comes to revenue, and what you need to do to make it happen. So what is your hourly rate? For in here now, for example, I put in hourly rate of $22. What is your caregiver rate? Every state is different. You know, there's some people it's $10 that you pay. Some places, I mean, it depends on your agency and where you are. So we've seen people getting paid $15, and we've seen agencies charging hourly rate of $30. So you want to see what works for you. But these are just some numbers, so at least you'll be able to arrive at some figure here to kind of like help you. So based on this, we can calculate the gross profit margin. You know, the gross profit means before your taxes and all of those things, right? So to calculate your gross profit margin, that means your hourly rate, which is $22 as we have in this case, minus your caregiver rate, that is $10. You know, if you minus that, divided by your hourly rate. So with that calculation, will give us a profit margin rate of 45%. That means for this particular agency, if we use this, that means our gross profit rate margin is about 45%. And the rule of thumb, as I have it here, it should be your gross profit, because you know you still have like other expenses to pay. If you do payroll, you're still going to pay payroll taxes. If you're in an office, you're still going to pay for your office pay for your phones. If you have an office manager, you're going to pay for those people. If you have people in the community that do certain things, you're going to pay them, right? But just based on this is your gross profit. And it is, we say 35 to 50%. So if you do your calculation and you fall, if you are below 35%, then you may want to reconsider your hourly rate and reconsider your caregiver rate, because those are the variables that determine what your profit margin is. So you may want to reconsider that. So if you are well within that range, I5, okay? I5, if you are within that range. But if you are way above that, if you are above 50%, I clap for you, my hat up for you. But if you are less than 35, please reconsider, because there are so many bills, right, that you have to pay: your fax, your phone, paper, mailing, timing for different things, okay? All right, so let's move on to the next slide of this one. So now the breakdown, so at least you can be able to get it. So average hours per client, let's say, and this is average nationwide, okay? That is average, 12 hours per week. That is we say average. There are times we have, yes, for us in our agency, the minimum is 12 hours. So anything less than 12 hours, we're not going to do. So we have clients 12 hours, we have 56 hours, per week. So, but averagely, let's say 12 hours, we taking the lowest of them all, 12 hours per week. So if 12 hours per week multiplied by 22 rate that you charge per hour, then multiply by 52 weeks of the year. So that gives you the yearly revenue, client revenue for one client. An average is 13,000 per year. That is the average. If you have one client at 12 hours, $22 per hour, so your yearly income for that one client is 13,728. You can use your number for this as well. So just use the basic hours, 12 hours, then multiply by your rate, how much you charge the client. $40, $30, then by the number of weeks in a year, that will give you your yearly revenue per client. Okay, so now if our initial goal, let's say our initial goal for the year, our yearly revenue goal is under 1,000. All right, so that is what we expect, right? Under 1,000 per year, that is what you want to make. I'm just throwing that as a number, right? And you know that average client per year is 13,000. So if you just divide those numbers, that means you need an average of 7.3 clients. So that means you are aiming for nothing less than 7 clients to be on your roster at any particular day. If you're using this formula and your rate is $12, all the money is tied together. If you're already $22, $22, and your yearly goal, let's say, is under 1,000, we just use this as an example. If you are doing yours, you know what your yearly goal is. So under 1,000, your yearly goal multiplied by the average revenue per client, which we calculated here to be 13,000, that will give you 7.3 clients. That's it. That means all you need to do is to make sure at every particular week that you maintain 7 clients with minimum of 12 hours. But times be that you will have more than 12 hours. We have people 20 hours, 24 hours, 40 hours, 56 hours, 168 hours. It all varies, but just go with the basic minimum. You kind of know where you stand. And based on that revenue, 100,000, your gross profit will be 45,000, and that is minus the other expenses. But by the time, usually they say your other expenses should not account for more than additional 20%. So your other expenses shouldn't be more than 20%. So if you take off 20%, so that means you are still have some more, you are still like over 20,000 as your take home person that is on 100,000. So imagine if you make $1 million a year. So that means you're probably bringing home more than 200,000, because pretty much around 20% of that is what should be yours. Because 20% goes towards, running of the business, maintaining all of those certification, everything, training your caregivers, and you should be able to come home personally as a person that runs the agency with 20%. So that means you can make way, you control that as a home care agency owner. If you work for someone, you cannot control how fast you want to go, because most of the time they have salary range. I have worked in the corporate environment, so I know how it is. You get 3% every year. Some places is 1%, some places is 1.5. Some depends on your evaluation. And in some places you can go as high up to 6%. So that's it, right? But here you can grow, because that means you just increase your effort to bring in more clients so you can reach your goal. All right, so I'm gonna be wrap it down here. So now we talk about that. Let's just quickly move to another area. This is talking about recruitment and retention, because for the hours, you need those that we go in there. As the home care owner, you are not the one that will be working the cases. You are not the caregiver. You are the business woman. You are the CEO. You are the president. You are in charge. So, and as a person who is in charge, you are not the one going to the houses to do the caregiving job. Nope, 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 nope. That is why recruitment and retention, those are the lifeline of your business recruitment, and at the same time, client acquisition, both go hand in hand. So with recruitment, you want to be very strategic and intentional. And especially during this time, guys, there is staffing issue everywhere, not just to us in the home care, everywhere. Even big organizations, they're looking for nurses, they're looking for people, even Walmart, Amazon. So a lot of organizations, they have staffing challenges. And that is what makes it so a little bit more challenging and difficult at this time, because we are not just competing just only with the healthcare organizations, we are competing with other companies out there because they need people. So now caregivers not have the choice. Do I want to remain a caregiver, or I can just go to Walmart, or I can just go to McDonald's and get paid? That is why I share earlier on talking about the culture that you want to create for those who work for you, that will help you long run. Some people, they just love the caregiving. It doesn't matter how much they pay them at Walmart, they don't want to do it, right? So, and that's why you want to be strategic and intentional about what you offer people that come work with you, and how you bring them up, how you train them to be able for them to know that they are part of this family, that they don't see themselves as an outsider, as someone who just come work for the hours and leave, but they are part. You make it a culture where everyone feels belong. You make it a place where your caregiver can call you on your personal phone and tell you certain things. You make it a culture where every month, if you send out newsletter, if there are birthdays for the month, you put them in there, you give a shout out to them. You build a culture where if someone is going through challenges or something, you have a caring fund that you can support them. So you want to be very strategic. We all need staff, but we want to be creative about how we do it. So never stop hiring. Never. Don't think you have enough right now. You may think you have enough, but when you are in with referrals, you're going to need people. So never stop hiring. As you never, except you stop marketing. If you stop marketing, then yeah, you're closing down your agency. But if you are not, so never stop marketing, never stop hiring. And you want to build a talent pool. That's why you don't want to stop. As people are applying on your website, on your Facebook page, on Indeed, Craigslist, whatever you have, you create a talent pool for them. Because some at a time, some people will apply, and when you call them, they may not be available at that time, either for your orientation, for training, or they're working for other agencies. Right there, they're not available. But don't lose them. you keep them in the talent pool, because the thing is their circumstances change. So I have someone say, oh, I can only do weekdays. I said, okay. And then last week we had some cases that is overnight, and I just put it out there. We have a pool, and I just went, and she said, oh yes, I'm available now for night. Like, oh, really? So yes. And then we have someone who said, please don't call me for days. I only want nights. And the last week, he messaged and called me saying, no, I want days now, my things have changed. So you don't close the door against them. They may not be active right away, but you have a pool where you constantly let them know there are new things coming up. And if their circumstances change, their schedule change, we have something for them. So I'm running through this, guys. I'll be done in like in 5 more minutes. And then if anybody have questions, then you can ask me questions. So job postings, I talk about that, Facebook, Indeed. Some can be, you can promote some on Indeed, sponsor some you may not, Craigslist, your website, definitely, library, community centers, colleges, anywhere, churches, you just let people know, and word of mouth to tell people. Also create an employee referral program, like where your employee can be recruiting for you, and then you compensate them. You know, you tell them if you bring an employee that work with us for 90 days, they get 250 and you get 250. Give them an incentive so they know that, wow, I have to look out for this. And let me tell you, a caregiver referral, because they know themselves. There's one case that we had last week or the other week. And I was like, oh my God, how are we going to be able to start this? And I send out to all my caregivers, who do you know that need job right away? And let me tell you, these caregivers, they know people. And they, I mean, like I was getting named. I'm like, it's full time? No, yes. So they have people, they know people in their own community. They know those who are looking for jobs, who are working with other agencies that really want more hours. So you want to create an employee referral program, let them know you can bring in somebody and that person works with us for 90 days or whatever stipulation, just maybe 60 days. I don't know. For us, it's 90 days. You work with us for 90 days, you get a 250 check. Boom. And whoever, and the person you bring in also get that. But both of you must be with the agency to be able to get that bonus. And also you promote within, you promote your people to office manager. That is if they want it, you are not enforcing anything, but from within you promote people to those who can even go out to the homes to do the initial visit for you. So you promote from within so that they know that I can grow with this agency. That is if they choose to. That, you know what, just being caregiver is not the last stop. I can be promoted to a supervisor, someone who train other caregivers, who orient them, precept them, whichever way. Treat your current staff very, very well. They are assets to your agency. And then your branding, like as you go out, how do you show in the community? How do you present yourself? Because people are looking at you and they feel like, okay, this must be a great manager. I think we can let people, we can introduce her to some people. I've had people call me and say, you know, I have someone who is looking for a job. Yes, ma'am, because they know that probably will take good care of them. All right. So office process, you know, are you setting up your office, home office versus rental office? In the state of Texas, it's allowed to have home office. I started from home office and now I'm outside of the home. All right, so office setup, the basic things you need: your phone, fax, printer, paperwork, files, cabinets, locked cabinets, okay, where you keep personnel information, no HIPAA violation. So you must have a cabinet that is locked, where you put all of these personal information. It must be locked. It's part of the survey thing. You must lock the cabinet. You see your office mates over there, but must be locked at all times. So they say when you're going in there grabbing something, but make it locked. You put your checks in there, your client's information, your caregiver's information, it must be locked. What are your office hours? 8:30 to 5, break time, things like that. You know, just basic things for the office, all the things you need to set up in the office, where you do like your orientation, if you choose to be doing orientation by yourself, you know, where do you choose do orientation and things like that. Are you hiring an office assistant or a virtual assistant? And if you're hiring somebody to help you, how many hours? Is it going to be full-time to start? Is it going to be part-time? So these are the things that you may want to consider for office. And communication, here's communication things that you need. All right, another time I will go in detail. But one thing I want to stress with the communication is to make sure you have a separate phone line for your business and your personal phone. Please make sure you have a separate phone line for your business and your personal, and don't use Google Voice. It's not professional. Do not use Google Voice. Go when you call, it's gonna tell you have reached the Google Voice. That is not professional. People will think you're so cheap. So get a phone. I know initially one time when with my other business, I have a GoDaddy account. And with a GoDaddy account, you can have a virtual phone number. And because I have my number from New York and I'm in Texas and I don't want to change it, but I want another phone number that is local. So I signed up with a GoDaddy, and I think for the phone, it's just an app that you create. They assign you a local phone number, and there's an app that is on your phone, and call will come in. And when you call is coming in from there, you can know that this is coming in from this thing, and it doesn't say Google Voice. And that actually, I think I set it up. I leave a voice, greetings on there. So if somebody called me and they can reach out to me, they know that, oh, this is the phone line of Victoria. I have that. So for business, have a separate line, okay? Have a separate phone line and leave greetings on it, like a voicemail greetings. In case somebody calls you and you're not available, which is inevitable, but they can know that, oh, this is Victoria with Petra Home Care. I'm sorry I missed your call. Please leave a brief message and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Identify with your agency so they know. And then email as well. Email is big, okay? So you want to be professional with your email. If you can get a professional email with Google G Suite, okay? That's gonna be like info@Petra Home Care, your name at chevelcare.com, things like that. Because me, being that I've worked in the hospital and I've done case management, if somebody give me their email as something at yahoo.com and you want me to send information there, I'm not going to do it. 1 second. Okay, because I'm like, that is not professional, okay? I'm not saying all of the other email are secure, but I mean, just having your name attached to it kind of like shows that you know what you're doing. All right, so on that one. All right, so now we are towards the end. Yes, I'm wrapping up, and I think this is the last one, except if anybody have any question. And I want to share about a program that I put together. I have had people reach out to me for support, and I have been doing quite a lot of things for people here and there. But now I put up this program to be able to help those who are just starting in their business and they need support. They don't want to be alone, but need somebody who can really guide them through. And when I say guide them through, this is not about your licensing, okay? But just to help you to grow your agency to at least the first 90 days, to just be able to get to a point where you are really steady. You have your basic foundation, you know what you're doing, and you are layering on that. So that is what I'm doing, 90-day business coaching and accountability. So you can bring your challenges and we can brainstorm on things together. So that is what I put together, launch and grow your home care agency. If you've started it and you know you are not where you want to be and you need help, you need someone that could just work alongside you and other home care agency as well, other business owners that we are in the same thing together, and we can have time that we rub minds together, we brainstorm what is working, what is not working, answer your questions. So that is what this is for, 90 days, helping aspiring home care business owners to build, and grow their agency through coaching and accountability. This is a 90-day program, guys. So it's optional. I'm just letting you guys know because I know people have asked me if I'm doing something like this. And now I put it together. We are going to be kicking off October 4th. So that is less than 2 weeks from now, from October 4th through January 3rd, 2022. So it's gonna be a session where we meet twice a month. One session is basically coaching you on growing your agency and coaching you as a leader of your agency, because everything rises and falls on the leader. Like I shared before, if you're gonna be successful, if your home care agency is gonna grow and thrive and it's gonna survive any storm, anything that comes, it all depends on you. If you are strong, if you know what you are doing, you can give order. I mean, you have your contingency plan, you have everything there, you'll be able to be successful. So that is what this is for. And then the second time that we meet is gonna be where we hear from everyone, your progress, where we celebrate you as you're doing well, and where we brainstorm on things that we'll be doing for the following month. So if you want me to reserve your spot, I'm only opening it for 10 people, 10 people for this. So please, you can put me, let me know, and I can see. Those who are For those who join live and those who have questions, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. You can send me an email. That's my personal email, or my phone. You can text me. I do respond to text a little better. So if I thought I'm busy with something, I can quickly send out a text. So thank you so much, everyone. For those who are here with me, I appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time. I know I'm over time this hour. Home care is a long process. So I want to say thank you so much.